Hey there, Aries. This is Joy with Joy the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe, baby, ring the bell. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here, give us that big thumbs up, like, and share. Leave your comments down below. I want to know what's easing you on down the road on the other side of that lens. So, for now, I want to tell you that where we are calendarically while I'm recording this, as you know, these are timeless reads, but right now we're about to head into Mercury retrograde. So Mercury is wanting to show up in the read. I don't know if I'm drawing a specific card or if it's going to come out like in Pisces read. It just came on out and was the first card. It was there ready to talk, ready to really fine tune and hone our communication skills. And now it was talking about self-talk and soul talk. So we'll see if that's what's going to show up for you too, Aries, because the interesting thing is, the moment I pressed click, my mouth went ashen dry. Like, I think I know what sandpaper feels like. Not just the sand, but the paper too. And I was like, what is that? And they're like, somebody ain't ready to hear what's got to be said here. But I'm like, okay, who is all dried up? Who is all dried up? Who's lost the river flow, the river of life, the river of love, that type of thing going on. But let's see how we can reinstitute it into our own soul and into our own self.
Yeah.
We got a visitor. Duck down where the people can see your portal face. That's my baby. Thanks for stopping by, babe. So, Aries, let's see how we can green you back up. Okay, green helps you grow, and you're like, that gives you something to ignite, some new passion for you. Okay, friend? So we're working with the Cosmic Tarot this week, seems to be the central cards. And then we may have Mary L pop up, and then, forgive, but I can't remember the name of this animal oracle. Let's see how it all goes. I don't know. It's still a little more loose this week until you provide, okay, some sort of form. That's interesting, and you're already talking. Okay, the whole thing's here. I'm going to show you just a quick little peek, okay? Don't get too excited looking all in. See that refreshment, the cooling, the watering, the refreshing, and it's not going to put your fire out, okay? And it's not going to make you boil. It's that type of thing to be able to nourish and to whet your appetite, the of your appetite, to be able to just get everything flowing and soothed and comforted and moving again, allowing the ease to be restored. For some of you, you're showing me that it was just you became dry and brittle with COVID, that hemming you in, you felt like you adapted, but eventually it has now kind of splintered you, almost like taking a giant sequoia and turning it into matchsticks, right? There's been a lot of fracturing of the drying and splintering going all the way down inside. That may be for more of you than what I am picking up on. However, I just thought I would mention it. Now, the interesting thing here is it is the King and Queen of Cups showing up together like that. Queen came in first. So it's really about stepping in to take action on this love. Who out there is needing to take action in love? Have you felt restrained? Have you felt left behind? Have you felt closed in, hemmed in, altered, changed, whatever? You're like, I'm dried up, hadn't been able to feed my passion. And you don't just mean sex. You're talking about just your self-passion, your confidence, your assertiveness, that type of thing. Your the thing that makes you go, that makes you feel good, right? And you're like, well, how do I do that, Joy? How do we go? Well, she's going to tell us the secret in just a minute. So let's look on in here to see what it is. Okay. So we definitely see the streams of sorrow leaning in on either side, but this is being able to come further along, to leave that behind, to leave behind the things that did drown you, that put out your passion, your fire, those things that still make you get that little bit of a knee jerk, that little bit of a reaction. You're like, yeah, and they're wanting to build a new connection with you about what is healthy and that balance, bringing in your soul stars being reiterated in this card as well. Interesting. Very much talking about balance with your Neptune. So some of you may need to hop back and take a peek at Pisces, okay? Because that's where it connects. Just like a necklace, you need both sides to put it all together. And that's the connecting point of the wheel for many of you, which it is on the basic come from the start wheel, all right? Where Pisces and Aries, one ends the chart, one begins the chart. But it's for some of you, there's also a hint at Aquarius, and they're not allowing me to pick them up and talk much. They're like, Joy, we want you to look at us like this. And I'm like, okay, what are you trying to tell me? But there are some secrets in here, and there's very much a strong command of Pisces, and not just because this is a Cups card. This is what they're calling forth. This is what has been hidden among the reeds. There's treasure hidden among the reeds, friend. There was so much water and so much denial and so much struggle, that feeling separated from yourself, separated from your people. Some of you may have even left your homeland, from a different country, definitely separated from your culture, and there could be heartbreak in that, some sense of loss. But for some of you, it's from your community, maybe moving off. But some of you, it's just the more immediate COVID of feeling cut off from your community and the way that you communed with life and communicated, okay? Because Mercury is about communication. It's about our connection to the world, to ourselves, and also to our understanding. But you're letting us know it's coming in at even another level about the connection to the mind of the unity between Mercury and Neptune. Some of you, check your chart. Check and see if, Mercury and Neptune are maybe in opposition, or maybe sextile or something like that. See what's going on in that. Maybe even see, check which house your Mercury is in, and maybe tune in to another read at this channel on that particular zodiac sign, okay? But for those of you that you're just seeing it being circling around Neptune like bing, 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 joy, that's what you need to listen to. And that's for those of you who are having trouble speaking out. You're talking like this, like speaking from the heart, expressing yourself, expressing your desires, your dreams. You're talking about my part of fortune, being able to express yourself in the flow, the ease of life, the ease of who you are, the decorate it and call it what it is kind of flavor. I don't know what you're saying now, but that's to pull you and step you out of the drowning of sorrow, of the despair, of the denial of oneself, of the denial of your truth, of the denial of your own success and coming forward and shining. There ain't no shame in that, baby, because the truth is when each of us are solar and we shine, because the sun is the center of the solar system, okay? And we need to understand our own center and where we're coming from, who we are, and how we operate, in order to bring in all the beauty and the benefits of who we are in our juxtaposition of our chart, okay? Because when that comes into us, we're in that self-assurance, we're in that confidence, we're in the generosity and the connection. We're also positioned to be protected and provided for, that others aren't taking the advantage of us, because we offer ourselves the advantage. When we offer ourselves the advantage of being connected to who we really are, it bursts it out. It multiplies it out to this earth, that there's more than enough to share with those around us. Whereas if we do it the other way, or if it's done unto us, it'll mean if we don't leverage the advantage for ourselves, it will be sitting there and it will cause others to take advantage, okay? Maybe even people you never would have thought would do it. But it's an energy situation going on. So once we step into this level of responsibility, of respecting ourselves, honoring ourselves, and celebrate yourself, baby, you can have a party every day, right? Give yourself a birthday card. Give yourself a clap if you have to. I don't care. Sing a song. Say hello. Tell yourself you're beautiful, man or woman. Beauty is when your inside and your outside line up, and that takes some work. I tell you, that takes some trust and some growth and some love. Ain't a better way to say it. So now we're going to step into this King of Cups over here, because the cups, see, like you look with her, the world is lit up around her, but hers is still kind of quiet over here going, she's like singing out from her throat, like, come check it out, come check it out. Can you smell me over here? Anybody sensing that I'm around, that I'm a little excited? That's your action, is kind of hinting, flirting, playing around, maybe a little wink of the eye, some dressing up, some accessorizing. You like the flower trying to blossom and bloom, to call in those pollinators. I don't care, man or woman, whoever's here, that is the energy of really finding your wine, bringing yourself forward, okay? And now it's taking us into the King of Cups. Really stepping into yourself and being confident in your throne. It's not like this type of a confidence. It's a being able to fully sit into yourself and to be connected to yourself, allowing the power in the full, the setting of the plug into the socket, so that the light can come forth, so that there we go, is the itch, so that it truly emanates. It's no longer a potentiality or a figment of the imagination, of a knowing on the inside, right? You're here to be beautiful. It's that integrity of it truly lighting up from within and shining out into the world. That is the beacon. It's more than a lighthouse. It is your house, and it isn't work, and it isn't all that trouble. It is exciting, it is glorious, it is beautiful, it is divine. And so all of a sudden he's like, his lips out. He's just like, yes, joy, yes, joy. This is what you went to school for. Okay? This is what you've been educated in. We can talk about Life University, baby. It doesn't have to be XYZ piece of paper on the wall. It doesn't have to be top grades or whatever. Did you make it through? Have you made it out? Well, 8 plus 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 12 gold stars for you. Good gold stars. Maybe that's what we're trying to say, blurring and smearing it all up together, because I'm so excited how fantastic you are. But see, that begins to turn on the heart light, kind of like the firefly. And I see as it is coming on, that it begins to awake in the dawn. It begins to awake in the day, because daylight is ready and waiting for you. And you're like, okay, I'll let myself be seen. You know, some of you have the trouble of feeling like you were a fool before and not wanting to be seen because others would see the whole big picture. They would see the whole big thing. But actually what you were concerned they would see is the one little thing, the speck, the mark, the whatever. I don't know if you've ever bought a piece of clothing and there's a tag attached that says the imperfections are meant to be there because it's a sign that it's handmade. Okay? So that's what it is. You handmade. You made yourself. You got on through this school. You graduated. You made it on through, and you're fine like wine. And that's the thing, is what you bring into this world. Remember about the solar, about the sun. What you bring in is inherent to who you are. It is the benefics. It is the great things about you, because we've often been taught to understand the balance of this planet or this sign or this zodiac or its placement, when really we should be enjoying it. We should be enjoying it as if all of it's, like a menu, and it's affording us the opportunity, the connection, the strength, the power, the tools, the resources, the whatever. And those lips are just coming on in, all cosmic looking there. I see you definitely have the intelligence coming on through. And this isn't like this intelligence that we're talking about is the connection, the plug in the socket being connected from your head to the universe, to the cosmos. Like before, we were talking about being connected from your base, your seat, into your throne. So it's you being connected all the way up through as a pure, perfect gold channel is what you're talking about here. And that is a channel of divinity, a channel of choice, of choosing to be fine, of choosing to be amazing. For some of you, Cancer is stepping forward here from your chart. A few of you, that is a championship, but for some of you, there's a slight bit of defensiveness going on there. So check out what is going on in your sign of Cancer in your chart, okay? Which planet is there, or maybe check out the Cancer reading this week, okay? But that's only for those of you who it resonates with, okay? But these choices that you have made are aligning and coming together. It's creating this new passion, this new fire for you, Aries, and I very much like it. When you can get a crabby crab to come check you out, when you can earn that kind of a trust, and not like earn, it means just being yourself, and it's drawing it in, that it's just happening all of its own accord. What a fantastic opportunity for connection. Okay, don't be afraid. That's all I got to say. And so what are you wanting to do? What are you wanting to do? You're wanting to pick something here. Okay, we're going to go to a credit card. You were kind of in you're like, just butter the bread, Joy, just stick it on out. Silence is golden. Okay. So in these matters of the heart, allow. What you're talking about in this silence is golden, because as you can see, a lot is being said for him through the facial expressions, through that being able to hold yourself into that place, your stability, your commitment, your passion to fulfill your promises, okay? To really be a living example of your truth, not to be determined in order to prove or to show, but just because it's divine as who you are. And here you can see that bit of allure coming through in the throat, right? Like your body language speaks volumes here. But what you're telling me is to not be your own undoing. Remember, it was kind of circling around that integrity. It was circling around being the same on the inside as the outside. This is what you're showing. This is what you're feeling. So don't let any false fears bubble up. Any old worries or concerns, or some of you that guilting, don't let it rise up and wash away the beauty. Okay? Resist it for just that moment, and it will flee. It is fleeting. It is something that, like a cloud of gnats around a cebu, has been circling and circling and circling, and bugging you and harassing you so much so that you feel like if you'll just speak, then they go away. And you're like, okay, well, Joy, anytime I speak, it just goes away. If I'll just open my mouth and declare these things, it'll go away. But that's not what you're saying this time. Okay, because what you're actually showing me that happens then is the moment you speak, that gnat energy, that irritation has now been fed. So remember that attitude, that setup, it's going to return again. And it's like, oh, thank you for giving us exactly what we wanted by irritating you. Now we're going to come again, and we'll come again, and we'll come again, because it looks like you have a sign on you that says open 24-hour service. And so this time, yeah, okay, so now that's the maturity. You're like, aha, I see it, Joy. I see it now. I get what you're saying, because look at this joy and this satisfaction and this knowing that's here now. Okay, it's like, and you're like, I should have known. I knew. That's why I had a cover on my cups. I don't want any nappiness, some gnats up in my sweet, delicious self. Okay, not up in my silver and in my gold. Because that is a hindrance, and you're right, Joy. It does. It distracts me, and I put up with so much irritation until I can't take it anymore, and then I speak, and then it goes. And I kept thinking, well, maybe I ought to just speak and then let it go. And no, what you were telling yourself here, abide in your peace. Abide in your peace and let it be this force field, because what they're really wanting is what's in your cup. Let it be the force field that is like, you just wake up each day, and you're like, I'll have gnat-free living. I am amazing. My cup is divine. I am at peace. I am at peace. And the moment you feel it start to irritate, don't let the struggle up the throat and shroud the head. Let it calm and move down and through. Be this King of Cups. Be that connection, okay? Let it be there, and let your throat soften is what you're saying. Because for some of you, it is physical irritation. For some of you, it is returning a perpetuation of habits. And it's triggered in that manner, and therefore you look to soothe or satisfy it. But you're saying no more, no more. And they're on the same page about this. So that brings in the Prince of Swords, the master of your mind. So this is the beginning. Excuse me. This is the beginning of your mastery, and not that just starting it, having come complete all the way through it, that now you're stepping into the next layer, the next revolution, to where you're like, oh yeah, I know how this goes. Or like, say you've been somewhere 3, 4, 5 times, you pack your suitcase and you understand the weather there, and you're like, oh, and I want to visit this place, I want to stop off there, and I want to say hey to these people. You're kind of like, you got a little going round, you got a little good feel for it going on. That's what the Prince of Swords has going on here. All right, and that brings a connection to yourself between this peace that you're now affording yourself and the strength within, because they are truly communicating and they're on the same page here, that you've been able to dissipate that irritation, that it's no longer a calling card in your court, is what you're talking about. And you're talking about family line, lineage, DNA, generational curses, things like that. So, and now you're stepping into your divine knowledge, your divine knowing, and you're looking to pursue your passion. You're looking to pursue your passion, and beyond the peace, you're wanting some of the giddy, the joyousness, the laughter, the fun, the excitement. I know he doesn't look like he's dressed for it, but he's got the book, the adventure, and he's dreaming of it and starting to set himself free by giving himself permission. Now, man or woman, whoever's tuning in here, we're just talking about a character on the card. And so this isn't about your masculine or your feminine up in yourself, whatever sex you are. No, it's literally just about you as a person, okay? So here, it's coming, giving yourself permission to flourish, to grow, to thrive, to rise up even higher into your delights, your desires, your dreams, to go tap into your potential. And what is this potential? For many of you, it is actual physical wealth, not just the wealth of your character and all that has been proven here in the University of Life. It really has a lot to do with your potential and ability to earn. That as you dismiss that irritation, you're able to stay in your true self, because you're not having to dissipate your energy in such a way anymore. Okay? So with that, we're going to get a Mary L from this Prince of Swords, this pursuit of passion, this illumination, and the divine adventure, baby. You got lots of plans. You want to know how many plans? That's your book. That's your book. Ooh, look at it coming in quickly. Look at that. Healing the wound, coming in quickly, filling the gap. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Yes. Okay. But the card we're focusing on is through this, through that strength. And the thing is we can, I don't know how else to say it, but it's the P power, is the wussy power. We got some of that going. I don't know how else to say. I'm not going to say that on camera. Whatever. The pearls of wisdom. But these are the pearls of pleasure, y'all. These are the things that are coming forth from your sacral chakra, because remember, she was showing us the throat. The ease of the throat. When you're relaxed here, you're relaxed there, and that's where your treasury is. And he's like, bing, 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 bing. That's the mountain, Joy. And I'm like, we ain't mounting nothing up in here. Y'all be quiet, you spicy Aries. What you talking about? And you're like, that's the Chiron we're talking about, Joy. Bring it on in. I thought Mercury was showing up here and Chiron's trying to sneak on in with pearls of pleasure. But when you begin to be relaxed and be at peace, your kingdom is not under that threat anymore. You're not having to stress or fret or worry, and your nervous system can reset itself. And when it does, pleasure comes onto you, baby. That prosperity comes onto you. Those opportunities come and chase you down and find you and overtake you, and not in a demonstrative form, but they just arrive like happy little circumstances, like, oh, well, that's so nice, that's so lovely. And it's like this, the Five of Discs, to me, this is the power to manifest the life of your dreams. Dream bigger, friend. Dream bigger. Watch Papa Jupiter come popping on in, baby. Dream bigger. And with that, we're going to get one of these cards, take you on out of here. Let's see what we have for Aries. Y'all, I can't even get over you. I can't get past it. You're like, good, because you should enjoy it. And I'm like, what we got? The horse? We don't even just have a horse. We have the magical unicorn. Talk about leveling up in your tree of life. You're like, we're magic. And I'm like, no wonder that Princess Swords. That's a magic book you got there, baby. When you master your mind, you are magic. And anything you imagine, because that's what magic is, your imagination. Anything you imagine becomes possible. And you're going to imagine the things that are full of joy, full of life, full of sweetness. And you're like full of some power. You're like, I love the peace, but I also love the element of surprise, of some other good things stirring in, maybe unexpected. Ooh, look at you dismissing any fear of the unknown. I absolutely love it. But it is that love connection. Remember how we talked about dissipating that thing that was being perpetuated through the generations? Look, it's healed. That's the promise of this card. Let that magic mind overtake you, friend. Let it awaken your heart and your dreams, and give yourself the permission to be fantastic. I know you are. I love that you are. And I'm so glad y'all share this wisdom with me each week when you walk me through the Aries readings. Hey, leave your comments down below. Tell me about some of that, I don't know, the pearls. Tell me about your unicorn. I don't even know what all is going on. Your dreams, whatever. Okay? We're here together. Remember, together we're better. I love you. We'll talk soon. Bye.